Yeah, hi there, this is tuxocher.com again. Welcome on my video channel. Today we want to talk about video again, and this time that don't need a system camera or DSLR camera every time you want to shoot a YouTube video, for example. You can also use your smartphone, and that is what I'm doing right now. I'm filming with my iPhone XS and using the app Filmic Pro. This app generates very high quality video clips, and you can use it just as a substitution for a regular camera, or you can use it for B-roll. And in connection with the app Filmic Pro, the smartphone can film up into 4K and up to 75, or even if you set it higher, up to 100 and 105 megabit per second. And that's a pretty high quality video clip, which is usable for later post-processing if you like. The only disadvantage if you use iPhone, that is because of the small sensor. You don't get a shallow depth of field like you would get with a system camera and a fast prime lens, for example, or with a DSLR. Like here you notice that everything is sharp from here almost completely to the background. That's the only disadvantage you have to cope with. But for example, as a B-roll camera, or if you're a beginner, that might be an alternative, because even if you buy the apps that are required, and which will I review today, are a lot cheaper than a complete system camera including lenses. And you can use it as a B-roll camera if you're on a tour, like this example here. That's pretty convenient since most of us carry a smartphone with them, so you have the video camera right away built in. But if you want to do YouTube videos and film yourself like I do here right now, you might like the convenience of another app, and that is Filmic Remote. That is the complete control of your iPhone with another Apple device. In this case, that might be the Apple tablet, and as far as I know, it also works with the Apple Watch, and that is what I want to show to you right now. Okay, we start here Filmic Remote, and here we see the iPhone, which should be remotely controlled. We just tap that, and now we see the picture the camera is generating here on the iPad. There are three different modes. The one is here the recording mode. Then you got here another recording mode where you get the different waveforms and histogram and so forth, which give you more control over exposure, contrast, and so on. And a so-called director's mode, which only represents the image from the camera just to view and look. Okay, let's go back to the recording mode. As you can see here, there is a little circle that is red. That is the one for the exposure control, and since it's red, the exposure is locked, so it won't change if the light condition will change. The same you have here with the rectangle, that's the focus. You can lock that too by tapping it, tapping back so it can focus. And the control for this are here. We have here the combination of shutter speed and ISO. On here on the other side, the focus control, but that really only works if there is a very small distance, or better say a very far distance between the foreground and the background. We tap that so it's in focus again. Here we got the white balance control. As you can see here, that is red too, so it's locked in. If it's blue, it will automatically set the white balance according to the light of the scene. We lock that. Here you got the picture profiles or video profiles, and as you can see here, I'm filming with lock version 2. That is another buy-in, therefore you need to get the cinematographer's kit, which costs another 11 euros, but it is a pretty flat profile, and I think it makes sense to get this because for filming in high contrast scene, so you still have a little bit of reserve for later post processing. And over here we got the control over the resolution, of course 4K I'm filming this scene with, and here you got the frame rate and the quality, Filmic Extremo, Filmic Quality. Filmic Quality records the video clips at around 70-75 megabit per second, and the Filmic Extreme is around 100 megabit per second. Okay, here on top you can set the aspect ratio, like 17:9 or other extremes. And as you can see here, it automatically crops the source. If you want to use that, I would advise you to deselect that. Now you get the white lines or the right rectangle for the scene, and you can crop later on. Okay, here you see now the situation when the normal lens is selected. We go here and set another camera on the iPhone XS and set it back to the so-called telelens, so we have a cropped scene. Okay, that was the aspect ratio. Here you can set the frame rate, and of course you can do also time-lapse if you want to. Here in the audio tab you can select, when your device has multiple microphones, the microphone to choose. And that is very interesting. If you go back here you got, if you have probably an external microphone attached to the iPhone, here you can control your audio recording in the iPhone. Okay, here one other thing is that it supports the DJI Osmo Mobile gimbal, and you can even use anamorphic lenses or adapters which are supported by this program. Can't say anything to it because I don't own one. The last thing, all settings can be saved as so-called presets. So if you choose 4K 25 frames per second, choose your quality, and then you can save this as a new setting, so you can easily load those settings to have a more or less standardized workflow. Go back to 16:9. So we could see that it's not necessary to own a DSLR or a system camera to start with video clips. You can use your smartphones. If you want to use the remote option, you have to stick to iOS devices. That means Apple, because the Filmic Remote app is only available for iOS devices, at least so far. As far as I know, they're planning the Android version of this, but it's not published as of the time of recording this video clip. The Filmic Pro app is also available for Android devices, but that was long ago, before the Huawei embargo. I had some troubles with the Filmic Pro app on my Huawei Mate 10 Pro, because every time I got a new Android version, I had some issues recording videos with the Filmic Pro app. Either I couldn't change the frames per second settings or other things, and that's why I first started with the iPhone 6s to use Filmic Pro in a more stable environment, and now I'm using it on the iPhone XS. But you might as well try it on a Samsung phone or things like that. But for me, the only thing to use here is an iPhone, and since they have more lenses on it, you might even be a better start if you use an iPhone X11 Pro with its 3 lenses. You might have more opportunities to record your video clips. Okay, that was my little review on the Filmic Pro app and the Filmic Remote. And if you have any questions to it, just place them in the comments, or in the comments to the corresponding blog post. And if this little video was a little bit of help for you, you might place a like on the video, and I would be happy if you subscribe my channel. But then don't forget to hit the bell so you get a notification every time I upload a new video. Okay, that was my little review, and all I have to say, Till the next time, ciao, Tux Oche.